Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 18th of May, and your two ruling planets of Neptune and Jupiter remain very prominent. All through this week, Jupiter is going to be forging a fab angle to Mercury. This is an opportunity, I feel, to do some do-it-yourself at home and actually feel a lot better about yourself if you do a task or assignment and do it really well. But equally, if you declutter, whether it's the garage or the cellar or the attic, you could find something there that can be sold and actually render a really nice profit for you. So don't underestimate what changes at home can do in terms of improving your lot. It could just be a reorganization of the space within your abode, which also helps you to feel more at ease within it. Now Mercury, of course, and Mars are still in this part of your horoscope to do with where you live, and Mercury does start to go into a retrograde from Tuesday. Now this suggests if you are not completely settled where you're living, perhaps in terms of just making those physical changes, or it is a case of wanting somewhere that's bigger or smaller or a bit more flexible or in a completely different location, you can go through a lot of thinking about this over the next 3 weeks. But Mercury does still continue to forge that great link with Jupiter, so despite the retrograde, it's important to stay positive. Mercury's retrograde does, however, suggest there could be some misunderstandings around a family arrangement, or if you're trying to express a delicate emotional issue, Mercury in the 4th house is not at its most comfortable, and it can see us bottling emotions up, and that's something you should try to avoid. In the second half of this week, however, it's your other ruler which is really prominent in the guise of Neptune, and that's angling into a right angle with Mars. This suggests that if you're really not clear about what you want, you could charge around trying to do things and then actually finding it's not really what you want, or it doesn't agree with the people you share your home with. I would take your time. There could be some confusion in yourself, or perhaps somebody else is saying they want some changes but they haven't thought it through. You could then do a load of effort to support that and then feel absolutely exhausted if they change their mind. Someone may be hard to please this week, just be conscious of that. And then on Thursday, when the Sun moves into Gemini 2, joining up with Mercury and Mars, it goes opposite Saturn. The Sun opposite Saturn is a tough one. It's not a long-lasting one because the Sun obviously moves a degree each day pretty well. But this one, over the next 2 or 3 or 4 days, just suggests that something that's important to you may be opposed by someone else who's got a different agenda. Now, if you live with people who've got from different age groups to you, that could be where the rub comes. Perhaps you're just having to coexist with a rebellious teenager, or you're thinking about leaving home and it's quite a daunting experience. Or if you are wanting to add to your family, the cost of having a larger property may be something that's on your mind, and the restrictions around that or the difficulties may seem more to the fore. But the good news about the Sun's opposition with Saturn is it can make us more realistic, and that can be a good thing. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Good luck and goodbye for now.